Has been flying high so far in 2025. The Winnipeg Jets first rounder has points in 7 straight, and tonight he and his Oshawa Generals face off with
one of the greatest junior rivalries in hockey. The Gens and Petes are underway. Andrew Gibson, Team Canada World Junior, big trade acquisition at the deadline for the Generals. It's his puck ahead. Ritchie with the break off of a pad. Callum Ritchie walking in, lost it just as he went to make his move. The toe drag and got a piece of some wet ice perhaps. And off the stick of Ritchie, but a great scoring chance early, and he's got it right back again through center. It's time the Colorado first rounder will send it in. Bowen thought about freezing that, but the Gens have all headed off.
Circle back to the first shift of the game. A pass bounces off the leg of Noah Powell, and here comes Cal Ritchie. Wonder if he was thinking about the fake shot back
in. Native, another clean face-off win for the Petes in their own zone. This time kicked into the zone by Gibson. Quick shot by Powell. Bowen to save. Barlow looking to extend that point streak early. Another tip in front. Powell digging for it. Ritchie will come up with it. Callum Ritchie turns back to the point to Gibson. He'll walk in, looks into the slot. Barlow, the shot, scores! Making an 8-game point streak for Colby Barlow. Gets the Gens on the board just over 3 minutes in.
8-game point streak and give him 5 goals over that stretch. Again, this line goes to work in the offensive zone. The high-end talent on the ice for the Generals is some of the absolute best in the OHL as far as this 5-some goes. They work the puck around, they wait for an opening, and Coby Barlow, while not necessarily getting all of this on the release, may have taken a deflection right there as well at the point of release, but it finds the 5-hole of Zach Bowen, who looks skyward. Gens strike early, just over 3 minutes into this game.
Petes dodge a bullet, though, avoiding the Generals' power play. It's Jen Zula, rookie from Chappaqua, New York. Gets it through center and into the Oshawa zone. Got it in front, spinning shot, score!
If you tune in right at 7 p.m., you would have heard Adam Dunphy's cold open. Brady Stonehouse, a familiar foe for the Oshawa Generals. His time with the Ottawa 67s stays in the East Division and moves to Peterborough, and he's always seemingly played.
Face off in the Gen zone. Tajacek a shot that went off a leg and wide. Working in the corners, McCallum centers it out front. It'll end up on the stick of Luca Morelli, and the Blue Jackets prospect will lift it into the Pete zone. Barlow onto it first. Battles with Matejacek. Marintek comes in to help out. Petes get it up the boards, kept in by Wang. Pass for Barlow, a bit too hot to handle. Starting it out is Marintet. It'll be Matejacek to carry it across the Oshawa line. Wrist shot hit the skates of Wang. Matejacek right back on it, send it to an open wing, and no Pete's there, so Morelli will skate it ahead. Gives it to Powell. Powell across the line for Barlow. Colby Barlow into the corner, banks it back. Gens have just changed their D, and so they're forced back out to center. Brought back. Held up a bit by Lads. Franson bumped in the corner. Ritchie jumps in, trying to dig the puck free. Gowan's got him pinned. Franson takes a bump from Partridge, and he goes down. And finally, it'll be Page who skates away with it. Quentin Page lifted it high through center. Danford back with it. Gens are offside, though, as the Petes will clear this. McCallum trying to skate onto it. Sandu stops and impeded the progress as the Gens come right back the other way. Powell dropping it for Barlow. Barlow and Powell get a bit tied up. Barlow swings it across. Here's Sandu walking in with the shot. Good block as Kaiser got down. Barlow looks back to the point to Danford. One-timer Ritchie. Tried the slap pass to Barlow. It deflects to Danford. Barlow again. Turns. No look shot. The save made by Bowen. And finally, McCallum will come up with it for the Petes. Dumps it in for Malee to chase after. Ritchie back though, collects it in his own corner.
Next matchup is next Saturday in Peterborough.
Here's D'Amato. Brings it around and then got the best of a hit with Page. Jens turned the puck over in the offensive zone. Ritchie, quick shot, just missed the short side. Powell onto it. Looks out for Barlow. Puck was in his feet, couldn't get the shot away. Gibson at the point, sends it to open ice. Barlow onto it first. Ritchie protects the puck along the boards. Powell trying to dig it free. It's in the skates now. Finally dug away by McCallum. He'll skate it out through center.
Peterborough's done a good job of winning those board battles. A few times we've seen 5-6 players digging in a corner. Jerseys in white have been coming away with it more often than not.
Powell trying to hit D'Amato on a stretch pass. Malee's got it at center, lost it to Powell. Powell gives to Barlow. He'll wind and fire. And a glove save made at the edge of the blue line.
Noah Powell line on the ice. An offensive opportunity develops. Powell does some work down low. Centering pass is fanned on by Barlow. Earlier there was a play up the wall that took an odd bounce and found its way to the slot for Cal Ritchie to let a shot go. Good chances from the top line.
Danford waits with it. Back for D'Amato. 30 seconds left in the period. Top line out for Oshawa. Ritchie for Danford. Some room to skate it ahead, then rips it around the zone. Powell quickly on it. Finds it in the corner. Looking back to the point. Danford. Sandu. Back for Danford. Danford with it. Long shot. Stonehouse lost his helmet. He's got to head off. Ritchie's got it. 10 seconds left in the period. Down low around the boards. Powell trying to squirt it out front through the slot. Ritchie time for one shot. Blocker save made. Rebound Barlow. And it'll end up in the corner.
Alongside Malee, who leads the team in goals. Power on power to start this period.
Sent into the Peterborough end. Zach Bowen out to play it. Sends it around the boards. Got it out to center himself. Malee drops it off from McCallum. Has Page in the slot. Pass, though, was interrupted by Gibson. He's got the puck back deep in his own zone. Starts it ahead. Tipped in by Ritchie. Powell will chase it down first in the corner. Liam Lads gives him a bump. Ritchie trying to center it. Page will saucer it through, but D'Amato pinching in keeps it alive. Here's Powell. McCallum quickly on him. Powell turns away. Slides it for Barlow. Threw it in for Powell, but that's broken up. McCallum couldn't handle it at center. Gibson's pass for Barlow interrupted by Malee. And Ritchie's got it at his own blue line. Andrew Gibson, the Nashville Predators prospect.
In the league. Beckett Seneca's 9 is also top 10 in the OHL in that department.
Jen's the 4th ranked power play in the OHL, 15th ranked penalty kill for the Petes, one spot ahead of the Jens PK. At the point, Morelli. One-timer, Barlow, and that one ripped
Barlow
out.
Can rip it on the power play with the best in the OHL, and he got all of this one. This wasn't fanned on by any means. A rocket, no traffic, but the push and the adjustment from Bowen is what's there, or what was key there. He did it beautifully and snagged that one with the trapper.
Ritchie forward with the draw, gets to it first, then lost the handle. It'll be sent down the ice by McCallum.
Peterborough Petes, Mike, so good in the face-off dot. Have 5 guys above 50% that they can throw out there. Braden McCallum, second best in the league in the face-off.
Here's Ritchie streaking into the zone. Ritchie centered it out front off of a leg.
All be greater than 50%. That's very impressive as a team.
Ritchie leads the Generals in that category at 54 and wins that draw on the power play. At the point, set up for Morelli. Quickly onto him is Stonehouse. Down for Ritchie. Ritchie, rink wide. Seneca didn't get much on it. On his strong side. Wins it with the help of Seneca. Morelli chips it across the blue line for Barlow. Back for Morelli. One-time block. Draw controlled by the Generals. Seneca. Watched by McCallum. Skates it into the corner. Chips it back to the point to Ritchie. His long shot blocked in front. Again, puck bouncing, doesn't come out. The second big block for Liam Lads.
I think it was the same spot, too.
Liam Lads is going to need all the ice packs possible on the bus ride back up to 115.
Toughen it out, not heading to the bench. Had a chance to, but he's in for the long haul.
Seneca streaking in around Lads. In the corner, Lads throws him to the boards. Morelli gets to it along the blue line. Gives to Torrance. Torrance down low. Seneca walking out front, banging away. And a brick wall.
The first period and almost a half in this one.
Ritchie onto a puck in the corner. Powell trying to dig it free and does. Looks out to Barlow. Barlow across. Here's Morelli walking in, and that shot hit a body in front, maybe Jen Zula. Ritchie right back onto it though. Generals doing a great job of just keeping plays alive. Barlow wants to go cross ice, got it back, takes a shot, and that one blocked. Wang fell and Faulkner away with it, gives to Fitzgerald. He's got room and bodies. Fitzgerald toe drag and scores!
Talked about a lot of the promising pieces for the Peterborough Petes in their what is currently a rebuild, and there's none more promising than Colin Fitzgerald, the third overall pick in last OHL priority selection. It all starts with an unfortunate fall from Simon Wang at the offensive.
Scramble draw, Ritchie trying to find it. Powell does. Powell for Ritchie. To the point, Sandu. Cross for Gibson. Barlow's parked in front. Sandu now turns to the forehand. That one got blocked. Barlow falls. Powell went down, finds it in the corner. Barlow to the point. Sandu walking in. Look to the side of the goal. Ritchie couldn't handle it. Gives it to Gibson and it hopped over his stick. Ritchie complaining he took a high hit. Was this puck sent back in? Bowen out to play it.
Didn't know it was icing. Would have been icing.
Gibson
tough read for the goalie.
Climbs the ladder, drops that puck down, shoots it in the Peterborough end. Gens will change. And the Gens win the draw. Morelli, one-timer, Seneca, blast, rebound came out off of Bowen. Torrance will pin his man Matejicek into the corner. And Matejicek in no hurry to move it. Lads in there trying to pin it free as well. Seneca trying to dig it. Finally, the referee says that's enough. Torrance will win the draw. Morelli. Ritchie. Luca Morelli. Down low is Barlow. Ritchie gives to Barlow and couldn't get the one-timer on net. Seneca turns with it. Spun around the boards by Torrance. Comes all the way to the point. And Morelli controls there. Down for Seneca. One-timer. Not a lot of room on the short side. And hit the side of the goal.
Yeah, Barlow's one-timer attempt was more front foot. Didn't get a lot on it. Seneca can't quite get the angle straight and hits the side of the net.
Here's Ritchie. Broken up, though, at center. Sent down the ice by Faulkner. Morelli again. Skates it across center. Plays it for Barlow. This would be offside, it looked like.
The power play production for the Peterborough Petes.
Stonehouse will go to his office right in front of Jacob Oster. He's got to chase down Gibson first, though. Ritchie tries to track down a puck in the offensive zone. The Pete's power play ranks 17th in the league. They've given up 9 shorthanded goals against. 2 teams worse than that.
Yeah, North Bay and Brampton. The Generals have scored the fewest shorthanded goals in the league with just 2.
But they've got a couple of guys who can do it, and Barlow and Ritchie right now on a 2-on-1 shorthanded. Ritchie for Barlow, scores! Play-by-play prognosticators at its best. Needing a shorthanded goal, the Gens find one, and Coby Barlow's got his second of the game.
Patience here from Cal Ritchie, not rushing the 2-on-1, and that's hard to do. You get this puck right away, your hockey instinct says go, 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 go. Got to drive the net as fast as possible. Not a player with the poise of Callum Ritchie. He waits for the play to develop, knows that he's got a sniper with him, and Coby Barlow, patience, poise, and then a beautiful pass with just enough sauce to land flat for Coby Barlow. We praise his power play goals with 12 on the season. We'll put one in the short-handed category for the Gens.
Right
and the
off
centering
the draw.
pass.
To give it to Seneca. Kept out, though.
That's why you're on the play-by-play, by the way.
Sandu rips it around. Brought back in by Faulkner. Lots of time. Teams are back at even strength as D'Amato steps back on. So it's a short-handed goal on the Pete's first power play of the game. Brings the Gens back within 1. Bowen out to play this. Around the boards. Morelli trying to fire it right back on the goaltender. Pete's working out to center. Morelli chips it ahead. Seneca turns. He's got Sinavori ahead. Lowry Sinavori gets it, but they didn't score on their 3rd shot of the game, or of the period, did the Petes. This is a penalty, a 4-on-3 power play for 44 seconds.
And this is really surprising for a player like McCallum who knows the rules. He takes more face-offs than anybody else on the Peterborough Petes. I've mentioned it already a couple times just how good he is in the...
Ritchie, Barlow, Seneca, and Morelli. 4-on-3. Morelli. Seneca pulls it back. Down for Ritchie. Ritchie. Seneca. And as they work the Pete's D down low, Seneca went off, Ritchie trying to stuff short side, went off the crossbar.
Yeah, fooled.
Oh, so close.
Fooled half the rink.
Morelli's got it. Gives to Seneca. Flying into the zone. Seneca will take it around the goal. Rubs it back. They score! Hat trick for Coby Barlow. What a setup for Beckett Seneca.
Unbelievable pass here for Beckett Seneca. Driving wide. And the reverse pass from behind the net out in front is a thing of beauty.
I think the fans are just realizing it now, a little stingy with the hats.
I was looking around, where are they? There's not more than a couple, but now people are realizing and starting to throw them on the ice. Make it 3 for Barlow. It's the speed of Seneca that makes this happen. Sells the wraparound. Zach Bowen's already pushing to his right post and can't get back in time. In fact, doesn't even know it's on Barlow's stick until it's to the back of the net. Barlow might have fanned on it a bit, but it's no problem for him as it goes 5-hole, and the Generals have tied this game.
So the McCallum penalty is a really late sombrero comes out.
We'll cut Sombrero Man a break. He's a legend in this building. Hat tricks and shutouts get the sombrero here at the Tribute Community Center.
With the third period underway, Gibson being chased down by Jonathan Malee. Will play it around the zone for D'Amato. Pete's forced them right back in. Andrew Gibson across for Luca D'Amato. Powell for Ritchie across the line. Ritchie between his legs, back to the point to D'Amato. His long shot that hit Powell in front, and back the other way comes McCallum. McCallum trying to work his way past D'Amato, couldn't take the puck along with him, and right back comes Powell with Barlow. Powell for Barlow, and a shot on goal and enter the glove of Bowen. Barlow swung it back to the point. Gens had changed their D though, so Danford and Sandu step back on. They'll rip it around the Peterborough zone. We'll
What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say?
It's not our forte. That's why we're here. Powell sends it around the zone. Sandu was changing. That'll give Page a chance to skate ahead with it. Danford's got a backpedal. Page looked in front, threw it right through the slot. Malee couldn't get to the other side of it though, then sent down the ice by the Gens. This will be
being heavily dominated. Look at those shots on goal.
Powell wins the battle and comes away with a puck, trying to get around Page. Powell cutting towards the net. Got gobbled up though and lost the handle. This game, well, they got their first. Barlow will take the draw. He wins it. Coach Shane Hollinshead agrees with that.
I gave the fist pump in the booth. That's kind of a message for our earlier banter.
Oster will play that away from the attacker in Genzula. He went for a spill. Drew a jeer from the Gens crowd. Seneca, good stick lift by Lads. As Barlow backtracks in his own zone, Malee keeping an eye on him. Colby Barlow will leave it for Luca Morelli. He needs the Gens in assists. The Columbus Blue Jackets prospect gives it to Seneca across the line, and back for Morelli in the corner. Jumps around Ula. Barlow picks it free. Looks out front. That's Seneca there. Seneca slashes it free. Morelli. Barlow scores! Make it 4 for Colby Barlow, and the Gens have the lead.
First career 4-goal game in the Ontario Hockey League. Colby Barlow has them all. And a turnover just inside the blue line for the Generals. They make good on this one, as this puck does not get outside the line, kept in. Seneca touches to Morelli, who puts it over for Barlow, and that might be the easiest of the 4. The extra ice out there in the 4-on-4 situation helps the Generals and helps Colby Barlow find number 4 in the game.
It's almost surprising. The guy who scores as much as Colby Barlow, 40-goal scorer in his league, hasn't had 4 in a game before. Give him 26 on the season now.
Streak right now, 15 points on an 8-game point streak and 4 goals here tonight.
Well, the only person having a better night is the one who they just announced has the 50-50. Seneca, Torrance, Morelli, and the man of the hour, Coby Barlow, who's got the puck. Morelli. Look back for Seneca, scores! Barlow will get the second assist, give him 5 points on the night. Beckett Seneca makes it 5-3 Oshawa.
And it'll be 3 points for Richie and Seneca as well. That's the trifecta that connect here. Or pardon me, it's Luca Morelli over to Beckett Seneca, and the quick release. There was a screen crossing the front as
Torrance
well.
Won't get it. The Petes have had a pair themselves. We continue on. It's 5-on-5. Long lead pass. Seneca's going to chase it down. Bowen just plays it away from him. Petes get it out to center. Young gives Richie a bump. Faulkner has it in his feet, tries to go ahead with it. Gibson will send it off the boards across the blue line. Richie and Fitzgerald bump as Ula falls and then passed it back across the blue line. Barlow with a heavy hit.
Here we go again. Took a jab from Matejchuk.
And he and Matejchuk are all wrapped up. And referee Justin Harrington splitting up as play continues on. A chance in front, they score!
And there's the trash talk after the goal had went in. Those two were tangled up for a good 15 seconds or so. Barlow with a huge... They just said game misconduct. So, however that hits the sheet, he's been sent to the
Well, he started with a 10, and that's been increased now to a game.
Yeah.
Here's a chance. It went off of Seneca in front as Page's clearing attempt. Hit the Generals winger. Here's Seneca. Cross for Barlow. Why not? A hot stick. Barlow ties up Ula, and he's going to get a penalty, I think, for this. A holding call against Coby Barlow. So 5 points, and now an extra 2 minutes in the box for Coby Barlow.
6'6", wide wingspan, able to reach in and poke that puck all the way down the ice.
Barlow steps back on. It's 5-on-4. Caden Taylor plays it across, and Bryant gives it back to him. Taylor down low for Malee, walking out front. Cross crease pass, and Fitzgerald couldn't bat it in. And now Buckley trying to work around Bryant. He got the skate on it, or Buckley was off to the races. Here's Fitzgerald. Drop down by Taylor. Off the bench, one-timer Matejchuk blocked in front. Malee. Dozen seconds left in the power play. Malee shot Oster the save. Stonehouse an extra whack. And now Oster takes offense to that. And Stonehouse. Sent down the ice. Sidivori is going to step back on. Here's Morelli. Drops it back. Sent ahead for Seneca. He gets around Lads. Seneca in front. He was looking for Richie. Pass was in his feet.
And that would have been perfectly executed as well. Everyone was collapsing on Seneca because he had a step towards the net. The dish was, like you said, Mike, just a bit into the feet of Richie.
Here's Barlow. Broken up by Malee. Richie forced back. Gives it to Seneca. Quickly gains speed. Gets across the Petes line. Seneca turns. Drops it back for Morelli. Cross for Barlow. Walking in. Barlow shot. Got it behind the goaltender. It was still loose.